Festivals.
Yes. So you can start it because obviously you're going to a festival this year. I'm just playing at them.
Yeah. So I'm going to Download Festival in a couple of days because there are some bands playing that I really wanted to see. And I'm gonna preface this by saying I hate festivals.
Do you?
Yeah.
Why?
I hate big groups of people.
Okay. I think it's just that you hate people.
Yeah. Okay. We already know this.
Mm-hmm.
You're
a surprisingly social guy for someone who fucking hates people.
I hate camping.
Why do you hate camping? Camping's great.
Because I like my creature comforts.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I like a private toilet.
Okay.
I like to shit in peace.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can respect that. I'm down for that.
I like running water.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Do you think you're going to a festival on the moon? They've
Yeah.
still got toilets.
Yeah.
They've still got water.
But not a private toilet. Not something that I'm very
still
particular about my toilet habits.
There's still a door on the porta potties. You'll be all right.
Mike, I can count the times in my life on one hand that I've used a public toilet.
I know a few guys like that, to be fair, so that's okay. I'll give you a pass on that.
Yeah. So I don't enjoy that side of things. I can get on board with a little bit of camping, but really I'm getting old, man. I'm 30 this year.
That's not
you
old.
know, I don't I feel old. I don't I've done all these things when I was younger, and I'm just getting a bit old for it. So fortunately, we have forked over a bit more money for the luxury VIP camping bit. Yeah. But even then, it's still a tent. So I'll live with that. I don't, and this isn't thought. This is the way things are. Music isn't designed to be played into an open space on big PAs like that. When you go to a venue and you're inside, it's about the acoustics of the room, you know, and rooms are designed for good sound in them. Whereas when you're in a field, you don't get any reflection from behind you. The sound just pumps out and doesn't come back in any way.
One of my favourite kind of weird audio hallucinations is when you're at festivals and you can hear the wind literally changing the course of the music. So you've got like a really muffled, and all of a sudden the wind dies down and the loudspeakers push it towards you, and that's when you start to actually feel the music.
Yeah.
But you can counteract that by not being a little bitch and go to the front of the fucking crowd and stand at the barrier.
Sure.
That's how it works.
Yeah, no, totally.
Science.
The other issue I have with festivals is the same issue that I have with big gigs. I don't go to big gigs because I like a personal feeling. I like to feel really involved. I don't get much joy in watching a band on a screen. So
again, go at the front.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna need to go to the front. But then this moves into the territory of people, lots of people. So we'll see.
You'll enjoy it, man. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll enjoy it. Well, let me run you through the story. So I booked Download on the day that Ozzy Osbourne was announced and Guns N' Roses were announced. Now, at the time before that, the only band they had announced was Avenged Sevenfold. Yeah, not my cup of tea, but they are one of my wife's favourite bands.
Yeah.
So, I'll forgive her for that.
It's a shame that her ears are painted on.
Yeah. But yeah, as soon as Ozzy was announced and Guns N' Roses were announced, and obviously as everyone knows, Guns N' Roses features Slash on guitar again. So it's the chance to see Slash and Axl, which I had to do.
Duff McKagan as well.
Yep. And Ozzy has Zakk Wylde on guitar. Again, you just have to. I mean, Ozzy's way past his prime, but...
You'd be surprised how good he still is. Well, I saw him a few years ago, and it was with Gus G, but he was still pretty fucking good.
We'll see.
Well, I actually saw Guns N' Roses in the same lineup. This was at Hellfest in France. And again, didn't expect much. Was heartily impressed.
Cool. I mean, I'm just all right to see Zakk Wylde play some solos. I'm actually quite surprised that Black Label Society aren't on the bill somewhere. That seems to be a huge surprise. Yeah. Zakk Wylde pulling double duty is not uncommon. Literally on just gigs, he'll play a set with Black Label and then a set with Ozzy. So for over the course of a 3-day festival to not be able to put in another set is a shame, because I'd like to see Black Label again. They were great when I saw them last. Anyway, I'm going to bring up the festival lineup. So at the time, I bought these tickets for Guns N' Roses and for Ozzy, and I thought to myself, well, let's download, they're going to announce a bunch of other bands that I'm really, really, really going to be looking forward to seeing. And they just didn't. And I think what this has told me is my taste in music is old. I'm an old man now. when I look through this, I go, well, Bullet for My Valentine.
No,
I loved their first album, but I loved their first album because I was 14 when it came out, or 15 when it came out.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Marilyn Manson, never really been hugely into Marilyn Manson, but again, just for the stage show, all right, I'll go see Marilyn Manson. But I certainly wouldn't buy a ticket to go and see Marilyn Manson.
Nah. If I went to see a 50-year-old man in makeup rolling about out he's not in cocaine, I would probably just go down Wishaw on a Saturday.
Yeah. Cradle of Filth, again, it's the same thing. Not a fan, but I've seen them before actually at a festival, and again, just for the stage show, but certainly wouldn't buy a ticket for it. This is me trying to find a silver lining.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, I can't say I'm big on Cradle of Filth, but okay, fair enough. They've done well for themselves.
Yep.
It might not be my cuppa, but I can't knock them for being successful.
Also, you have to remember that when you're going to a music festival, you have to pick some bands that you want to see. That you're going to see. You've got to fill your time with something. So I'm just looking at that. I'm like, well, I've got to do fucking something.
Well,
so
I can give you
Filth,
much better suggestions for your time than Cradle of Filth. You've got Greta Van Fleet, the next stage down.
Yep.
Who are basically just Led Zeppelin, but not Led Zeppelin. They'll be fucking good. Turbo Negro are always quite interesting. They're death punk, I believe, is the genre they fit themselves under. I don't know who Dead Cross are. Creator would be good to see, old school thrash. Body Count with Ice-T would be fucking great. Not First and Thrice. Meshuggah. Fucking Meshuggah.
Yeah. Well, so now you've got into what I'm in for. After Guns N' Roses and Ozzy, who are bands that I would part with money to go and see.
Yes.
The only other bands that have appeared over the entire festival that I would part with money to see would be Meshuggah.
Not Andrew WK or CKY on the Friday? No?
No.
Even Halos for Heroes, I didn't even realise they were still going. They were an old school kind of emo, screamo band that I was into when I was... Before I grew my hair out, when I had a nice big fringe.
Tesseract are playing.
Tesseract will be titties. Very good life.
So again, that's a band that I would go and see, that I would pay money to go and see.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. Baby Metal are playing. I will definitely go and see Baby Metal, but not the kind of band that I pay money to see, but I am really looking forward to catching them.
Yeah, one of those ones that's like a benefit for the festival of, I wouldn't have bothered, but you're playing, so I'll definitely go and see.
Yep.
Definitely.
Plenty are playing.
Oh, Plenty will be good. Actually,
can't go see them.
Why?
Got the timetable.
Mm-hmm.
They're on at the same time as Guns N' Roses.
Poor Plenty.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
That is a shame. No one is going to be there. I'm
Here's a
so
good question.
sorry.
Thy Art is Murder. Surely Tim Lambesis isn't going to be there. You know, the same guy that went to jail for trying to kill his wife? I mean, there's some sort of fucking comeback thing going on. I wouldn't fart in his direction if he needed a breath. just disgusting. There are some good bands in there, by the way, that you might not think you would like to see, but you probably would. On the Friday, you've got Igor. Igor would be fucking insane to watch. Have you heard Igor?
No.
Crazy.
I've not heard any of the bands on this lineup.
So Igor is like, the only way I can describe it is crazy industrial trip hop, death metal grind from France. It's weird as fuck piano music with like breakbeat blasts on like these programmed drums, sometimes singing, sometimes accordions. Travis Ryan from Cattle Decapitation did some guest vocals on a track. Like, it's insane. Immure will be interesting because they're just insane, beat down, tuned down to fucking God knows what, and out a big sound system. I'd imagine that would punch your chest. That's Thy Art is Murder. Okay. The band I was talking about. Napalm Death. I mean, you can't not see Napalm Death. You might not be into it, but it's a wild fucking show. I think you would enjoy this festival more than I would. I mean, there's one thing on here you can see that you know that I'm all about. You're dying to see A, and you play nothing all the time. I'm sick of hearing it. Nope, keep looking. Sorry, I can help myself there. Keep going down. I'm going down, but I can't see who exactly you would definitely go as low as you can possibly go. Oh yeah, the NXT Live. I'm looking at the actual fucking bands. You're looking at wrestling. No, that'll be good. That's definitely up your street. Yeah, we got some of our Scottish boys down. Some Kenny Williams, which I'm looking forward to catching Kenny. I will. There's 2 NXT shows a day, 90 minutes each. I will probably go to both of them. Yeah, every day. Yeah, every day, because that appeals to me more than most of the music. That's cool. But I would also recommend, just before we move on, Rollo Tomasi. Fucking incredible band. You'll need to send me a list of all these bands that I have to see. It's almost like I could listen to this podcast, but almost like we're having a conversation, Levi. Yeah. This is like the point of the album club, though, right? It's about
introducing me to bands and vice versa.
Yeah.
So there's obviously a comedy stage and stuff like that. They have a lot of cool events outside of that.
Yeah.
Like my wife's really looking forward to, where is it? The Air Guitar World Championships. Demolition Download, which seems to be like knights fighting.
Okay. I got invited to a place you can go where basically you get dressed up in chainmail and blunt swords and you can beat each other.
Amazing.
Like in Cable Guy?
Yep.
There's a real place like that.
No, I've been.
I don't want to go.
Yeah, but though the public can't go. That's medieval times.
No, there's a place that a friend of mine.
Yeah.
You can go in and you pay and you actually.
I'm
get
just
to
saying,
fight.
at medieval times you don't get to go and fight. But I've been to a medieval times show for dinner. It's good fun.
I'd imagine going to watch would be fun, but
participating.
I think it'd be fun until someone hit me with a sword and I would just be like, okay, game's on. Can I decapitate this motherfucker?
Doom yoga.
No thanks. I don't even want to do yoga in my own house, never mind in front of other people.
But with metal playing.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah. But my wife's well up for it, so and there's a
that'll be good fun, you'll enjoy it.
I'm gonna drink my pan in and just try and have a good time.
You won't
watch some wrestling.
You will enjoy it.
Watch some wrestling. Wrestling. I thought it would be a good opportunity though for us to talk about other festivals, talk about lineups, and see what appeals. So talk to us about. I mean, you're playing a festival this year, right?
Correct. I've played a few. Played the Eradication Festival just a couple of weeks ago, down in Wales. Great festival. It's on the up and up. I've been very lucky to play quite a few festivals that are, I wouldn't say grassroots, but like they're not to the size of Download or fucking anything like that. They are pulling in international bands the more they go on, which is fantastic. But the big one for us this year is Death Feast Open Air, which is in Germany. I believe it's in August. My dates are always terrible. I just turn up when I'm supposed to. So
I love looking at these lineups because I don't know. Not only do I not know who any of these bands are, I can't pronounce or work out who any of them are.
Yeah. So you've got Dying Fetus headlining on the right hand side, and Misery Index, who are ex Dying Fetus members that do a kind of similar style of music. I've played with Dying Fetus. We played with them last year at Bay Area Death Fest, and very nice guys. Absolutely kick the dick clean off people with their just unbelievable musicianship. Misery Index, I've no doubt, won't disappoint. Origin are unbelievable. I mean, you've got John Longstreth in drums, who is just an animal. A couple other bands on there that kind of caught my attention I'd love to go and see, and I'll be really happy to get back to seeing as well. Gutalax, those guys are always really friendly, put on a great live show. That's readable underneath.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
The one above them that you're circling, that's Epicardiectomy. We were very lucky to tour the States in 2015 with those guys. Great band, great guys. Again, it'd be great to catch up with them and get a couple of beers. That, I believe, is Zalveg, but I mean, or Zavleg, sorry, that's one of the members, maybe more, from Volvodynia's other band. You're welcome to click into that if you want to see the length of the band's actual name.
This?
Yes, it's hard to pronounce, is the way I would put it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There you go. That's not the name of the band, by the way. That's like initials for what the real full name is.
I love that they actually have a Big Cartel page, and that is literally the URL.
Yes.
I mean,
extreme to extreme
idiots,
point.
Just idiots.
Behave yourself.
No, because you look at Party Can, and there's a brilliant business and marketing idea behind this.
It was an accident, to be fair.
Yeah,
but it works.
It's smart. This, like, so what's your band called?
Zavleg is what they call themselves,
yeah.
I believe.
What's your website?
I'll just send you a link.
Yeah.
But yeah, just I cannot fucking wait. It's going to be.
I like that there's festivals like this that appeal to a slightly different audience. Yeah,
there's the good thing is that Europe, Germany, Czech Republic,
similar kind of thing.
Yeah, Obscene Extreme's much the same. Obscene Extreme's probably the biggest of the kind of extreme music festivals in Europe. And this year's lineup's no different. I mean,
and we noticed that there's 2 Gruesomes on here.
Yeah, I'm not so sure if that's one's a different band or if they're both the same and they're doing different sets. But the Gruesome that's at the top left underneath Suffocation, we played with them again in Chicago last year, and great guys, fucking great band. there's a lot of bands on there that are outrageous. I mean, we played with Suffocation just the other night in Glasgow, and they were fucking outrageous as well. Played with Wormrot, who are just underneath Napalm Death. Levi's not got a fucking clue where I'm pointing, by the way. Like, none. Next name is General Surgery. Those guys are fucking good. Exhumed, Grave, Hemorrhage. It's just a silly lineup in general. There's so many bands.
I agree, it is a silly lineup.
Oh, silly's the best word for it. And what I like about it is it's much like Download, that there's bands of just about every subgenre that fits into the extreme category that'll get a chance to play at Obscene Extreme. Download obviously caters to a lot of people who listen to metal between stuff that's on the radio to maybe just outside of that, kind of going towards underground sound. Hellfest, another one we've brought up. I've been there a few years previous. Fantastic festival, always really well organised.
So what I wanted to do was to work out if you could only go to one of these. Download, Hellfest, Bloodstock, Death Feast, the UK Tech Fest, and Obscene Extreme. Which one would it be and why?
What one would I go to?
Yeah.
That is a good point.
Because obviously I'm going to Download, so I look at every single other festival and I go, is there anything on here that tops what I'm going to Download for? Yes. There are definitely, when I look at Hellfest, there are more bands on here that I want to see.
Yes.
Megadeth.
See if you zoom in as well, there's a lot of bands that don't get their logo on that are still pretty fucking good. I mean, Tremonti's there on the Saturday, just underneath Jonathan Davis.
Arch Enemy, Stephen Wilson, Limp Bizkit,
Alice in Chains.
Who wouldn't like to see
Perfect Circle? I'm not big on them, but Satyricon are apparently pretty good live. Demibord Gear would be fantastic live, I'd imagine.
Yep.
There's a lot of good bands.
Probably catch Europe, Deftones.
Exodus and At the Gates. Amorphous, I've never listened to Amorphous other than seeing them live, but when I did see them, they were fucking great. Nile, because it's fucking Nile. Suffocation again. Great to throw them right back in. Fucking great. Origin are on there too. Benighted.
So there's definitely more bands on this that I want to see, but
yeah,
none of them are Guns N' Roses and Ozzy. So
well, that's it. Like, I think that's like
a pass.
Would you want a quantity of bands that you want to see, or the bands that you want to see more than others?
Similar lineup on who's this? Bloodstock.
Not me. You know, I'm not big on Bloodstock's lineup this year, if I'm honest. There's
why you can go see Fozzy.
That's exactly why I'm not keen on it. There's maybe 3 or 4 bands I would go and see. Onslaught, really nice guys. Bloodbath, fucking fantastic. Levi scrolling as I'm trying to read half of them.
Sorry.
Sodomized Cadaver, that's a friend of mine's band. Interesting name. Great guys.
I mean, there's a lot of bands on, which is good.
And I think what's quite good about Bloodstock is they've started really bringing a lot of bands who aren't massive. They've got like a stage or two of big headliners, bands that people will know, and then a lot of bands that are up and coming. So they're bringing in a lot of the underground, or trying to.
I definitely see a few bands on here that I'd like to see. I'd like to see Emperor. I'd like to see Camelot.
No, not Camelot.
I would like to see Camelot.
I fucking hate Camelot. They're the most boring power metal band that's ever existed.
I mean, all power metal bands are the most boring power metal bands, but if you're into it,
the majority of them go fast and have interest in like fucking music. Camelot's like listening to like a classic radio station with a guy singing shittily over the top of it, in my opinion.
Tech Fest.
You know, Tech Fest would be an interesting one because I've never been to a gig or a festival that's just really for the kind of tech side. And again, this year, like a few other festivals, they're starting to really branch out and bring in bands that probably wouldn't usually fit that bill, but
can't see Rings of Saturn on here.
No.
/ Buried Alive.
Well, you know what? They probably would be on there, to be fair, but it's probably because everyone quit Rings of Saturn.
Do they play gigs?
Well,
how do they sound live?
Lucas Mann doesn't play any gigs,
no.
But the other 3 used to go and gig with backing tracks, and they were apparently really fucking good.
Was everything on the backing track?
No.
Oh.
Genuinely, like the guys who played on the last Rings of Saturn stuff are phenomenal musicians.
Okay.
I don't want to give Lucas Mann any credit because there's already a big kick up about the fact that he's taking the credit as writing that album when he didn't.
There's a lot of kick up about the fact that he exists.
Yes, which is a shame because he can write good music, but terrible person, rotten human. Yeah. Anyway, UK Tech Fest, to be fair, that is a stacked lineup for me. I would like to see Sixth again. I'd love to see Protest the Hero. I'm not fond of Norma Jean that much, but I've heard a lot of people talk about them being very energetic. I'd go and see them. Ingested are fucking really good live. They're so tight. Heart of a Coward I've saw once. They were pretty good. Cyclamen would be interesting to see. Ginger, I do quite like Ginger actually. What we got? We'll go further down.
That was an interesting noise.
Cognizance. Going right through the list. Crepitation, good friends of ours, we toured the States with last year. They kind of stand out in the bill for me, considering they are not a tech band by that categorisation. For any of you who have never listened to Crepitation, please go and listen to some. Even just read out some of the song titles to yourself. Good Lord, you will have fun.
This just makes me sad, to be honest, looking at this, because I'm just staring at Protest the Hero over and over and over, right? And it's a sign of how old I am now, because it says Protest the Hero Fortress Anniversary Tour. I saw Protest the Hero on the Fortress Tour.
Old bastard. That's only 10 years. So
I know, but still, 10 years. That's like more than 10% of my life.
Oh, I was trying to think to myself, like, when did I see Carcass? 2013. That was when I went to Damnation Festival in Leeds, and it was 2008. I was 18 when I went to see them. That was fucking one of the best gigs I've ever been to. There are a couple other bands on there that are pretty fucking good. The guys that I know, Tiberius, Leached, you won't go fucking wrong. You know what? I don't think I can pick a festival that wouldn't be the one I'm playing at Death Feast. And that, maybe I'm biased because there's a lot of bands on there that I want to play with and I want to see, but nothing else is like, I'd rather be there.
Okay.
Have you seen any festivals that would pull you away from Download?
No.
No?
No.
Definitely not?
No.
Just because it's
Guns N' Roses
and
it's Ozzy Osbourne. Like,
I
cannot think of anything that would... There might be... No. I've seen Van Halen. I'm wearing my Van Halen tour shirt. I just can't think of... Well, actually, we're about to... I'll tell you what, let's play the game and let's see if we can make something that would be more appealing to me than Guns N' Roses and Ozzy.
I don't see it happening, but let's give it a bash.
It's certainly close, right? So what we're going to do now is we're going to play you have $100 to make a great show. I've got 3 of these raring to go. One for kind of new metal bands, one for classic rock bands, and one for prog bands. So up on screen now, I'll have to remember to actually edit this on screen so people can see it.
Yeah.
We are looking at, you have $100 to make a great show. We've got a $50 tier, $40 tier, $30 tier, $20 tier, and $10 tier. We can throw out the $10 tiers immediately because I don't know who any of them are.
You probably will know 2 of them.
I know the name Spine Shank.
Non-point, I don't know any of their stuff. Taproot had a song called Omen, which you will absolutely know. I've never heard of Unloco, and I'm glad. Spine Shank had the song New Disease, which was pretty good. Well, I say pretty good. It was new metal, and Moto Grater.
Whoa! You're not gonna rip on new metal, are you?
Of course I am.
I grew up a new metal kid, man.
So did we all. But you moved on, didn't you? You grew up
a little bit.
Yeah, for the most part.
I
mean, you are going to a music festival to watch wrestling.
Yeah,
but we won't judge you on that.
So Soil, I've seen Soil before. I'd only really be interested in seeing Soil if Ryan was singing for them. And
it's not going to happen.
He's not. He's with Drowning Pool now, I believe. So no, leave that. Edema, no. Even the $30 tier, even $30, Seven Dust. I've seen Drowning Pool.
You want to see Crazy Town? I know you do.
I'd love to see Crazy Town. Kitty. I feel like I've seen Kitty before. Yeah, I know. It was at Download, 2003.
Why don't you pay Drowning Pool and Soil the £50 together? Because they're 30 and 20 respective, and then just say, look, Soil, don't play Ryan. Drowning Pool, don't play Ryan. Just come on, that's it.
Well, just so we could hear Ryan McCombs sing Halo. Yeah, cool. No.
Nah,
I would
definitely not.
The thing I like about these memes is $100 is not a lot. When you've got 50s, 40s, and 30s, like you pick a 50 and a 40, you've only got 10 left. So
it doesn't say you can't pay a band twice, though.
That is true. Yeah, That's all right.
You don't have to spend your full budget either. If there is nothing worth spending money on, you don't have to.
So yeah, I think
it's quite
that's where you're going. Yeah. So we're looking at the $40 here: Papa Roach, Godsmack, Disturbed, POD, and Evanescence.
I don't understand why Papa Roach are worth $40. I mean, they're not even worth $40 in real life.
I mean, again, they're one of my wife's favourite bands, but they have a fair few songs that I really like
too. But her ears are painted on. So
that's the second time you've used that in one episode.
That's one of my favourites.
Yeah,
because it's such a horrible way to basically say that someone doesn't listen.
Yeah. Godsmack can stand alone in a field over there because I don't want to hear them.
Aye.
I love Disturbed. I'm a big Disturbed fan.
He's Disturbed himself.
Yeah.
To be fair, I used to really like Disturbed. I do find myself sometimes going back to listen to albums. Haha, Chris, you're in a band with a poser.
POD, no thank you. Oh. Evanescence, again, no thank you. Though I do remember buying Fallen the day it came out. So.
Yeah. You know who really liked Evanescence?
Stop laughing at me. You're in Party Cannon. Yeah. When we get to the top line, though, I think there's some great bands on here.
Potentially, yep.
Deftones?
Deftones, I would pay 50 quid any day of the week. I mean, I've seen Deftones a good few times, and not once I've been disappointed. I wasn't even really that big on the last album. Gore, it's called, isn't it? Or is it Vor? One of the two.
You think I know the answer to that?
It wasn't my favourite, but Koi no Yokan and Diamond Eyes are fucking incredible albums, man. And Steph Carpenter's use an 8-string guitar on those albums is just phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Limp Bizkit.
Saw them live, maybe in their heyday I would have paid 50.
I really like Wes Borland, but I really, really, really don't like Fred Durst, so it'd be a struggle.
The rest of the band are fantastic. I mean, you've got John Otto, a fucking drummer. Forgive me, I don't remember the bass player's name.
Some dude.
He's fucking good though.
Korn.
Again, maybe in their heyday.
I think they've got a bunch of great songs, but
you probably find they would do it for free. And is it Head that's now born again?
Yeah.
Have you heard of him?
Maybe. Yeah, Head.
Isn't it Brian Welch? Head.
Yep.
Have you heard that he comes out after gigs and talks to the crowd and tries to convert them? It's a real thing.
Wow.
I mean, I don't want to bash people for having their own faith, but when it becomes that almost indoctrinating people,
I do.
Yeah. No, like we've had these conversations.
Yeah.
That's a bit fucking predatory. Yeah. Oh, you like my band? You should probably like God too.
You'll love Jesus.
Oh no.
Yeah. Okay. Slipknot and System of a Down.
Slipknot back in the day. System of a Down definitely back in the day. These days, nah.
All right. So you've got your $100. What are you going for?
£100 worth of drink.
Really? No Deftones?
No, I'll go with Deftones. I think it'd probably be Deftones twice to do two sets.
Deftones twice.
No, tell a lie. Deftones and System of a Down, because I've never seen System of a Down, and I think it would be interesting even current day.
Yep. Yeah, no, this is an easy one. System of a Down, Slipknot, job done.
Okay, yep. I can understand. I think Slipknot became Stone Sour Light, which is really bad as of the last few years.
Yep.
But if it was earlier Slipknot, I'd probably be on for him.
Doesn't matter a bit to me. I don't care for the last Slipknot album, or really even the one before that.
Mm-hmm.
But the first 3 Slipknot albums.
Oh, solid.
And I'm just happy to see Mick Thompson. So yeah, that'll be cool. And System of a Down, one of my favourite bands. Sorry, I know it's hard for people to accept that, but
I don't see why. They're a great band, great hooks. Keep it simple and it works great.
All right, Rock Festival.
Interesting one.
I'm even struggling to. What is this?
That.
It's Rat. I thought that was a T.
When I first read that, it made sense, and then I couldn't get it. So the bottom tier is Rat, Slaughter, Warrant, Cheap Trick, and Thin Lizzy. How Thin Lizzy can be a tenor, I do not know.
Yeah.
Somebody made this poster is gravely silly, I think.
Yeah.
Given that I'm looking up the poster and thinking there's no way that band is worth that money, but that's my opinion.
So $20
tier we have Europe, Skid Row, Whitesnake, Quiet Riot, and the Scorpions. 30 we have Poison. I mean, come on to fuck. Twisted Sister, again. Def Leppard, Iron Maiden, and Motorhead. $40 tier we have Bon Jovi. Okay. Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue, Alice Cooper, Metallica, and then the very top $50 absolute premium service here is AC/DC, Van Halen, Aerosmith, Ozzy Osbourne and Kiss. You wanted the best, well, you got the best. Buy my stuff.
This is where me and Mike will always fall out because I love Kiss and he hates Kiss more.
I've saw Kiss live.
Have you?
I don't hate Kiss. I hate
Gene Simmons.
The mentality of Kiss. They're not a band. They are a merchandising item. They are marketing as a 3.5 hour show.
One of the heartbreaks in my life is the fact that Doug has seen Kiss play in the O2 Academy in London, which is like a 1,000 capacity.
Really?
Yeah.
That would have been intimate as fuck.
Exactly, yeah. So I could never see a Kiss show because I can't get on board with the big venue and feeling like you're not really part of something. But yeah.
I'm surprised Kiss played a 1,000-person venue.
It was like a warm-up show or something like that. Yeah. So this is a really hard one for me.
How did they fit Gene Simmons' ego into the building?
Maybe he played outside from
that would have made the gig infinitely better.
So what are you going to pick? That's a hard one, right?
That is a hard one, to be fair. I mean, Thin Lizzy. Thin Lizzy would have to be there, 100%. So that's 10 away. Van Halen, so we're 60 quid in. And Guns N' Roses. That'd be happy. Van Halen, Guns N' Roses, Thin Lizzy. I think that would be a great lineup.
I think you're you might be onto something there. I should obviously say Ozzy Osbourne, Guns N' Roses, and another band that's a download really. But no, what would I pick on there? I'd probably bin off Thin Lizzy, just so I could have two top tier bands like Van Halen and you know what? I've not seen AC/DC.
I have.
So I would go like AC/DC in their prime. I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to go for bands I've not seen. I'm going to go with AC/DC.
Mm-hmm.
I'm struggling to go between Motley Crue and Metallica. Metallica have got more songs, but I have seen them. So let's, for shits and giggles, because I'm not having to actually go see this, let's go with Motley Crue. And that gives me 10 left. So on that $10 tier, it kind of has to be Thin Lizzy, doesn't it? So there you go.
I think having Thin Lizzy as a $10 band is a fucking affront, personally. But I didn't make the meme, so fuck them.
Now on to the final.
Yes.
The prog one. This is fun.
This is where you and I will probably argue. Because I could pick a band from every tier.
This just highlights how much of a prog guy I am. Because I look at this and I'm just like, this is the difficult one. I love so many bands on this.
Yeah, so I'll read them out for you. On the $10 tier, you have Neopolis Viscaris, Threshold, Voivod, Leprous, and Edge of Sanity. Or Mask
I know
of Sanity.
who Leprous are now, so...
Exactly. Is that Edge of Sanity or Mask of Sanity?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure of those guys. Apologies for if you're listening. You probably won't be. I can't say I would blame you. On $20 tier, you have Pain of Salvation, Fate's Warning, Periphery, Queensryche, and Animals as Leaders.
Mm-hmm.
$30 you have Between the Buried and Me, Symphony X, Harkin, Devin Townsend Project, and Porcupine Tree. On the $40 tier, you have Levi's favourite, Dream Theater, Opeth, Meshuggah, Gojira, and Mastodon. And then on the $50 top tier, you've got Pink Floyd, King Crimson, Tool, Genesis, and Rush.
I fucking love the fact that Tool are on that top tier. Just, again, it highlights what the hype that they've managed to build around their
Absolutely.
brand. Yeah.
They can go as long as they want, not releasing albums, and people will still suck their dick.
Yeah.
So hard.
So...
And I think I'm the same, to be fair.
So what are you going to pick?
If I'm honest, man, I would need more than $100. Because I think I'd spend a good few $1,000s on that poster without trying.
I can do this and I'm going to put on a great show.
Okay, go for it.
So it has to be Opeth. Like, I'll bin off the top line, just not because I don't like the bands, but just because 50 is a lot to lose on a band on that top row.
Yeah, the only one on there I think would even slightly be justified is Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
And I think that's...
I'd like to see Rush, but...
I'm not too fussed.
Point is, I'm definitely going to have to pick a band off that $40 tier, right? And I could pick two. I could happily pick Opeth and Meshuggah. Mastodon is tempting, but yeah, I would go with Opeth because they're one of my favourite prog bands.
If Gojira was playing everything from before L'Enfant Sauvage, I would totally be down. And after that, I'm just not bothered about.
Then this I like because it means I've got 60 left, so, and that gives you a lot of options. Two bands on the 30, a 30, a 20, and a 10, three 20s. 220s even. I wish I could math.
No, you can get
320s. I wish I could.
Unmathed.
Yeah.
Maths, not even once.
Yeah. So I look at that and I'm like, you know what? I'd really like to see Devin Townsend, and I think Devin Townsend would fit in with the Opeth vibe, but I can't see Symphony X and not say Symphony X because they're one of my favourite bands. So again, Opeth, Symphony X, $20 Periphery all day long. I don't know what they're doing on that $20 tier. They are one of the kind of titans of the modern progressive metal thing. So someone's done them a disservice by chucking them down on the 20. And up until we'd done the album listening club, I would have binned off that bottom row, but Leprous. Totally Leprous.
Excellent. So you should give Neo Blascaris a listen as well, by the way. Those guys are great.
Okay. Opeth, Symphony X, Periphery and Leprous.
That is a good lineup. I am not far off you, to be fair. From the $10 range, I'm going to go for Leprous because they'd be worth $10 without trying. I'm going to have to go Periphery for $20 as well. I would probably give Pain Observation a good run for that as well, but Periphery have got way more that I know that I would really enjoy, and I know they put on a great show. I've no doubt Leprous will be the same, having played with Hassan. $30 tier, Symphony X aren't getting it.
No, they're a me band, not a you band.
No, I thought they were great, but I think there's other bands that I would like more because I know more of their stuff.
Totally.
And if I'm totally honest, it could be any one of the bands on that tier, but it's going to have to be Between the Buried and Me. I've seen Devin Townsend Project, I've seen Devin Townsend a few times. I actually went to the Retinal Circus in London. That was fucking phenomenal. But I feel like he's kind of changed his path recently as well, and he's went from being like music and cool stuff to look at me, I am a meme.
I didn't enjoy the last album, the last Devin Townsend Project.
I wasn't big on it either.
That leaves you with $40.
And it's going to have to be Meshuggah. Opeth are so fucking boring live, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh man, I went to see them at Bloodstock a few years ago, and I was really hyped about seeing them. I thought they were going to be fucking phenomenal. And about half an hour in, I walked back to my tent. I was like, I've had enough. Gojira, as I say, if it had been L'Enfant Sauvage onwards was just binned, then maybe.
Not lasted on.
That was loud. I think I would only really be bothered if they were going to turn up and play oh fuck, what's the album called? It's got The Last Barn and stuff on it. This is going to fucking annoy me. I'll need to look it up. Oh,
that's my dogs fighting each other apparently.
They're annoyed as well.
Yeah. So there we go. I will let you dig that out while I'm
take me 2 seconds. I know what I'm looking for, but it's not here. Crack the Sky. I know, man, it's like lift music.
Yeah.
It's been a good few years since I've listened to Crack the Sky, but when it did come out, I was fucking obsessed. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, I think they're a great band, but I see Opeth's name and I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, and then you're going to see them for about 30 minutes and you're going to be...
Probably, but it could be worse. Could be Dream Theater.
Oh, I wouldn't even pay them.
It's not like I've got a Dream Theater tattoo or anything like that.
No, that's never happened. Yeah. Literally never happened.
Never happened. Cool.
Literally.
Awesome. So there we go. That brings Guitar Souls episode 10 to a close. So thank you very much, everybody, for listening. As I always say, please do like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your mum, tell your dad.
Spray paint your dog.
Spray paint your dog. Yeah.
I don't know.
Fine, that's a good way of marketing.
Okay.
Any closing messages, Mike?
Bye, fuckers.